There we go. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Thank you guys very much for being here. Lael, Buffalo Bill, Mike. Good morning, guys.
I've been expecting you. Go in peace.
Ghost and Coffee, good morning, buddy. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for being here. I feel like I was supposed to do something besides fight them. Yep, I think I have to use this item on them before aggroing them. Or not. Nope, that's not it. Okay, let's try to talk to him again. Okay, as soon as I try to talk to them, they become aggressive. So, I don't know. Let's see. Strengthen the ancients. Ask the treants for their bark. So, like, in order to ask them, I would have to be able to click on them without them aggroing. When you get some, feed it to the ancients. Ask the treants for their bark. When you get some, feed it to the ancients. Okay. Great. Can I kill them for their bark? Can I... Yeah, I'm also just killing them for their bark. So, like, I don't understand how that's me asking them for it. I'm asking them for it with the blade of my axe to their face. I don't know what's the point of making them non-aggressive if I don't have any dialogue options. It acts like I'm gonna have dialogue options. So far I haven't. Yeah, and then it just immediately turns them aggressive, which is fine. If I just have to kill them and loot the item, that's fine, but that's just not what the quest says. The quest says to talk to them. Yeah, no talking required. And then I have to find the ancients. Strengthen the ancients. Lothalar ancients. Okay. I have no idea where they're at. What else is going on in this area? We have a kill... Oh no, here they are. They're marked by swords. They're marked by, like, a kill quest icon. So probably have to take care of these guys first. Maybe I was using the wrong mouse click. Yeah, maybe, I guess. I've never seen the game set up in a way that an NPC that you can talk to is simply attackable on a right click. Yeah, maybe that's what it was, but it's really weird to have like a non-aggressive NPC but then make them attackable on the right click. Let's do this. There we go. Okay. Jackie, good morning. Welcome to the stream. You're just in time for a nice long spirit run. Dustin, good morning, good afternoon, welcome. Do I ever get burned out of WoW? Yes, and then I go play a different version of WoW. Because there's like 17 different versions of WoW. So yeah, whenever I'm bored of one version, I just go play something else. For instance, it took me one day to be burned out on Season 4. So that's why I decided that I'm not doing that this morning. And so here we are, for instance. Yeah, back when there was only one version of WoW to play, like back before Classic came out, we're talking like probably Battle for Azeroth, maybe like also in Legion. I would often log into WoW, log into my max level character, I would open the map, I would look at the map for a little bit, and then I would log the F out. And I would do that all the time. That went on for a long time. Like, oh yeah, let's play some WoW today. I'd log in, open the world map, stand around for about 10 minutes, and then I would Alt F4. And then I would do that like again in a week or so, you know. But ever since Classic came out, there's been a version of the game that I'm able to have fun in. So that's been really nice. You know, sometimes I think it's distracting to have so many different versions, it doesn't really allow you to focus, but then yes, then I get burned out of something, and I'm like, oh, well, thankfully I can go do something else. I think I pulled some ads. Yeah, we pulled some guys. I'm gonna like hide back here. Oh, they're probably going for the healer anyway. That's nice. Very nice. Expert pulls. I must have got a little too close to that balcony. Well, that didn't work with the ads. Apparently, we can't just brute force through it. Of course, we had somebody leave. Like, why would anybody stay through a single wipe? Why would you stay through a single wipe? What's the point? Obviously, just leave. Good. I hope I get Deserter for this. I shouldn't get Deserter, but it's going to be at least 10 minutes before I can queue up again. And then again, like, I have to imagine that the people still playing Wrath of the Lich King at this point, yeah, they're an interesting group of people. That's like the second time we've had like one wipe and then like people just leave. God forbid anything ever goes wrong. Mike, good morning, buddy. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for being here. Yeah, see, we didn't get Deserter, but, like, might as well. 10 minutes until we can queue up again. You know, as typical with these quests, I have no idea what it wants me to do here. Leyline focus information retrieved. Obtain the Leyline focus control amulet. Okay, do I already have the amulet? Do I need to get the amulet? I don't see anything like super amulet-esque hanging out in my inventory. So I can only surmise that I don't have the amulet in question, which means I would then have to figure out where I'm supposed to get the amulet. Obtain the amulet. Okay, okay, good. I'll obtain the amulet. No idea. You'd think maybe these guys would drop one, since they're hanging out nearby. But no. It's really kind of funny, like when you play classic so much, like as I have, like actual classic, like classic era classic. When you play a lot of classic era classic, and you're used to knowing all of the quests, and you're used to understanding all the quests, it's even more annoying whenever you encounter a quest that you don't know. It would almost be better if I were like unfamiliar with all quests. Because yeah, when I'm questing in places like Northrend, like even Outlands I know pretty well. When I'm questing in Northrend, and like then when I was questing in the Cataclysm beta, and doing the Cata 80 to 85 zones, because I'm so used to just knowing all the quests and knowing where to go and what to do, apparently a part of me finds it incredibly annoying to not understand what the objectives are ahead of time. So that's been a kind of unfortunate realization I've had about myself in the past, like, couple weeks. Maybe if I were, like, giving a crap about the lore and the story, if I wanted to actually read these quests, then, you know, I would probably then know what to do. So I'm hoping that when I'm reading the Cataclysm quest, that the quest will actually contain information about how to do the objectives. Because a lot of times just looking at the objectives paragraph does not tell you. I'm sure if I had read that whole quest, it would have mentioned a troll and that he patrols around. I'm sure it would have had all the relevant information in it, had I been willing to read all of it. A letter from home. Same thing here. So, like, I'm not going to read this quest. I think I got the letter, actually. I could have swore I did. Yeah, I did. Deliver it to Overlord Agmar. Okay. I kind of want to go down here, but I feel like that's going to open up like a whole bunch more quests, so let's go back to town for now. John, that's awesome, man. Yeah, what I realized is that, like, I got on this morning. Obviously, last night I had a really rough time with the launch of Season 4. And, you know, I was just trying to continue playing Mythics because, I was pushing like 15 keys in Season 3 and I felt pretty good about things. You know, Season 3 felt pretty good where I was at. And then when I come to realize, and a couple people tried to tell me this yesterday morning, they tried to kind of like break it to me that I was gonna have to probably go back and like do heroics and shit. I'm not gonna go back and do heroics at the not at the end of an expansion. Maybe I'll do some LFR to like get some gear. Maybe that's not a bad idea. I think I'd be more open to doing like clearing all the wings of LFR than I would be to going back and doing heroics to gear up for Mythic Zeros, to gear up for keys. Like, for me, it was a really like crappy transition from season 3 into season 4. Like, I understand the reasons why they did the squish, but for me, like, the squish was really, really inconvenient, and I don't really appreciate the squish very much. So I think I'm just gonna like chill on season 4, and then you know, maybe I'll get some gear on the Pally. Maybe I'll do some LFR. I wouldn't stream it or record it. It would just be something that I would have to do in my downtime, which I don't really have a lot of. I don't have a lot of free time that I would then play more WoW. But maybe in an imaginary world where I did, maybe I would do some LFR. But I think I'm just gonna wait. And you know, in the War Within, I'll be all about doing heroics, because the heroics will be like current content at that point. I don't want to go back and do the heroics now. Not after the expansion's been out the whole time, and I've never done them. So that's kind of where I'm at.
We will have justice.
I had a fun enough time with season 3 to show me that like I would like to play Mythic Plus in the future. But I think that future is just going to be War Within Season 1. When I can progress from normal 5-mans to heroic 5-mans to mythic... When I can progress with everybody else, like, into the gearing. You know, because a lot of people, you know, they geared a lot more than I did in Season 3, so a lot of people were able to go into Season 4 with, like, a 480 gear score and just start doing Mythic Plus. You got, like, a 460 gear score like I have, which was good, but now is very low. And then you can't do Mythic. You can, like, you barely... It's hard to get invited to a Mythic 0. And yeah, I don't really feel like streaming heroics. I don't think that's, like, content that's gonna help grow the channel. So I am just gonna go on hiatus with it and just wait till War Within Season 1. But yeah, if I ever find an hour in my life, maybe I'll try doing some LFR. If I play tank, I can't play tank, obviously. I can barely play DPS. Well, I'm like talking about how like I don't know any of the Dragonflight 5-mans because I didn't do 5-mans in Dragonflight. So I don't know any of the 5-mans. Like, there's no way I would ever tank. Because you have to actually know where you're going and what you're doing. Oh, this guy again, that's right. I can't kill this guy. What else? Maybe this down here. Filled Unholy Gem. Okay, so somewhere down here there's a guy on a route. This is probably him right here. Yeah, here he is. Duke Valenhall. I'm assuming I'm gonna have to like beat him down to like 33%. And then click the item. Just tell them, yeah, I'm sure they will. I'll be like, guys, I've never seen this dungeon before. It's my first time and my gear is bad. I'm sure you'll understand. Mythic Plus players are like super accommodating and super understanding. Like, yeah, they're really resilient to hardship. Mythic Plus players tend to stick together no matter what. They all have a really strong sense of like what makes a good WoW community. And they're really good at like coming together to help new players feel like they can no, they don't do any of that. What am I talking about? No, they don't. Mythic Plus players don't do any of that stuff. I don't know what are we talking about here? Oh, some DPS will be so kind as to they'll even pull for me. You know, they'll march right ahead, and then they'll even be so accommodating as to blame me when they die. Because obviously they're great. Yeah. Yeah, Carnifexia, that's what it's all about. Yeah, you hit level 60 in Classic Era, but there's no one to do anything with? Yes. Alex just says, find a guild. It's easy. Why you ungilded? You don't know what a guild is? Just get into a guild. Get into a great raiding guild. Join a great raiding guild. Raid every week, all the time, for life. It sounds good on paper. Like, how many times has that actually worked out for anybody? I've listened to Drama Time stories by Preach. How often has just simply finding a guild, like, worked out for anybody? Yeah, and you should... getting to 60 is the point of Classic Era, in my opinion. Like, getting a character to 60 is the point of Classic Era. And then once you get a character to 60, like, you beat that game. Now you have what's called optional content. See, it's completely different than, like, WoW is now. Whereas, like, all the content in WoW now is at endgame. But, you know, back then, like, getting to 60 was the game. And then you had optional content to do if you wanted to keep doing stuff. I don't want to go after this guy, because, well... Yeah, he's an elite. Okay, so we're not going after the elites. We can't kill the elites by ourselves. We can search the village. Like, for my part, if we're not counting Season of Mastery, I have never gotten a character to level 60 in Classic Era. Not in Classic. Back in the day, I got my warrior to 60, like in actual vanilla. But yeah, if we're not counting Season of Mastery, which we shouldn't, it had a 40% XP buff, I have not gotten a character to max level in Classic Era leveling. I think my human priest was level 52 when TBC came out. I think we were still leveling the human priest when TBC came out, and he was only like level 52. I think that's like as high as I got in like true Classic Era. So yeah, never beat the game. 20 years later, hasn't beat the game yet. Yeah, no one plays Classic Era. No one's playing Classic Era. Nobody cares. I found this out by trying to do recorded stuff on my human warrior that we were playing in Classic Era. Like, there's no one on, no one at low levels, no one's doing groups, like, nobody's around, nobody cares. It's like, okay, I get it, I get it. Maybe one day Classic Era will see a resurgence. I think it would probably take some sort of like fresh start server, and like, I'm not a big fan of fresh start servers. So like, that would not be great, but yeah, I feel like that's really the only way that we would see like a resurgence in Classic Era. Besides, like, you know, eventually hardcore will pop off again, but again, like, that's not really the same thing. Alright, so that's done. Let's back to Agmar's Hammer we go. We can't mount up in the water, so that's different. Why did I think I could mount up in the water? A progression server would be really nice. Yeah, something that goes through like vanilla, TBC, Wrath over the course of a year or two. That would be cool. And then you have, you know, if you want to just level in the old world, you have Season of Discovery. You have 100% experience bonus. What I've been doing with Season of Discovery, so I have secretly been playing Season of Discovery, secretly, in secret. Although it's not, I guess it's not like really a secret. And what I've been doing is I've just been questing. And I'm not gonna bother with the raids leveling up. I'm not gonna bother with the PvP. Now that level 50 has been opened and like we're soon to have level 60 open, I've just been leveling a character. I've just been questing, I've just been enjoying like being in the old world, like especially because we're on the verge of the Cataclysm. So it's like, well, where can I level up in vanilla now where there are actual humans playing the game? I'm like, well, the only place I can do that right now is SOD. And so yeah, I've been secretly leveling a character in SOD for about a week and a half now. And yeah, it's been nice just to quest. And to not be thinking about getting to level cap at some artificial level to do some artificial content. It's been nice just to quest. And it's been nice to think, you know, I could have, you know, it's going to be 100% experience buff, so it's not going to be like true vanilla leveling, but it's going to be a nice journey. It's still going to be like a 120-hour journey probably when it's all done the way I'm doing it, because I'm not dungeon grinding or anything. And so yeah, I've been working on that. Yeah. And eventually, once I'm like level 30 or 40, I'll start putting out the videos. But I'm gonna wait. I've been having a good time so far. But I'm gonna wait. I've decided to wait on putting out any of the content. I'm gonna wait until like I know I'm gonna hit cap on the character. When I know it's going well and that I'm having a good time and that I'm well into leveling, then I will start probably putting out the videos. But in the meantime, I've just been playing the game. Maybe I should head down here now, or I could head over here. Well, let's just go see what this is. I feel like maybe there's going to be some more questing to do down here. When SOD ends, they'll re-release Classic. Maybe. I don't know what's going to happen to SOD when SOD ends. Apparently your character's going to have somewhere interesting to go when SOD ends. I'd like to like just see what that is. It's probably just going to be a place for the characters to go and die, obviously, but everyone needs like a retirement home to go die in, I guess, even WoW characters.
Your company is welcome. Travel the wastes with care. Good hunting.
Retrieve 6 stolen Moki goods from the Wolvar. The Wolvar. I forgot about the Wolvar. Is that it? That's the only quest? There's no other quest? Okay. Yeah, I mean, all through Wrath, the leveling content was still a big part of the overall game. You know, there was obviously like more and more endgame stuff to do. Like through Burning Crusade into Wrath, there came to be like more endgame stuff to do, but the journey was still like the primary part of it. The funny thing is, like, it's really ironic. Like, Cataclysm literally remade the old world, and then it minimized the journey. It was like, here's the whole world remade for your pleasure, all of the zones slightly different, and then it was like, but level a lot faster, get the F out of here and get max level. And you're like, oh, okay, but you remade the whole world for me. Don't you want me to? No, just level fast. Put the heirlooms on, please. Level faster, and just get through it. Because we got raids for you to do and stuff. We got LFR in the game. We need you to use that. And so that's always been weird to me that they put all that development into remaking the leveling zones, only to lean heavier and heavier into minimizing the leveling journey. Like, what the f is the point of that? Why didn't you just why didn't you leave the old world alone and just make new content? Like, just make some better content. I don't know. It just seemed like such a stupid waste. And then narratively, it just wrote them into a corner with all of those zones. All of those zones after that were just stuck. They're stuck in the moment the Cataclysm happened. There's forever a tornado in Darkshore. The tornado goes on forever. It never stops. Because the Cataclysm has always just happened. So much wasted development time. Yeah, I feel like when Cata first came out, I got 80 to 85 in like 2 days of playing. Pretty sure it was only like 2 days of playing. And I leveled kind of fast, but I don't feel like I was like going super fast or anything. No, there's no TBC servers got rolled up into Wrath of the Lich King when it came out. Same thing is going to happen to the Wrath servers when when the Cata pre-patch happens next week. When the Cata pre-patch happens, like you're going to log into your Wrath of the Lich King character, but like all this stuff is going to have changed and it's never going to be the same again. And you don't have a choice to like stay on a Wrath server. Like you are going into the Cataclysm whether you like it or not. That's how Cataclysms work. You don't get to have a choice. Why not go Fury? I'll probably try Fury eventually. The main reason you want to know why I don't go Fury? Because if I go Fury and I still want to charge, I have to stance. I have to start in battle stance, I have to charge, then I have to go into berserker stance to do my abilities. I don't like stance dancing. I think it's obnoxious. I think it's a waste of a button push. And I don't enjoy it. It's not enjoyable gameplay to me. At the same time, I'm not willing to give up charge because for me, charge is the very identity of the warrior. So I try to avoid stuff that makes it harder for me to charge. But yeah, probably eventually I will. The other problem is like the only way it's super viable like that is if you take a tactical mastery. So I still have to come into arms. I probably have to come into arms first, grab tactical mastery, then go into fury and get whatever I can get in fury because like I have to be able to charge. And I can't charge and then without this I'll lose all my rage. So it's just a pain in the ass. Like, Fury while leveling is kind of just like a pain in the ass to me. That's why I don't typically do it. But I'll probably try it soon so I can start to learn it. Because obviously, like, Blizzard hates arms. Arms is never going to be a viable spec in any version of the game. And so I should probably, if I like the warrior, I probably have to learn Fury. In Cataclysm, arms spec is better than Fury? That's what people are saying? Okay, well fuck it, fuck arms. I'll never try arms. I always hated arms and I'll obviously never try it. Forget it. Good. I'll just pretend like that will still be true when Cataclysm actually is out. And I'll just play arms. Yeah, the other great thing about arms is that instead of needing 2 good weapons, I only need 1 good weapon, and 1 good weapon is easier to get than 2 good weapons, so it's a big win. The only problem I found with arms, like, so far in Wrath is that, like, you don't have enough rage when you're in group content. Like, when someone else is tanking the boss, tanking the enemies, like, you're not getting hit, you simply don't have a lot of rage. Maybe there's something in the Cataclysm talent trees that kind of helps with that a little bit. Because that's literally, like, the only downfall. If I had rage all the time on this warrior, like, I would do pretty good damage in groups. But without having rage all the time, it's weak. It feels pretty weak sometimes. Compared to other classes. Soloing, it feels amazing. You're level 73 rogue, what would you do to get ready for Cata? Just get to level 80, yeah. Just run some dungeons, do some questing, just get yourself to 80 and then chill. Yep, you'll be ready for May 20th as the launch of the 80 to 85 content. Can you step back and charge? Charge has a 8 yard to 25 yard range. So you have to be at least 8 yards away from an enemy to charge it. But the main thing is that it requires battle stance. And a lot of your abilities as a Fury Warrior require Berserker stance. So then you're stuck shifting between the two. I'm not finding any enemies. Also, like, well, if you're talking about during a boss fight, like, you can't charge in combat. Like, once, not with the loadout, there might be a talent that lets you do that. But yeah, you can't, once you're in combat with like a boss or something, you can't like run out and charge for rage. There may be, in Cataclysm, there may be a talent that lets you charge while in combat, I'm not sure. Let's see, yeah, here it is. It exists, yeah, Juggernaut. But it has a couple of trade-offs to it. You can use it in combat now, but the cooldown is increased by 5 seconds. Following a charge, your next slam or more. Yeah, it's like, here it is. This kind of sucks while leveling because like 5 seconds is a long time. Like, ideally I want to be able to charge almost every fight. But yeah, this could be good for like dungeons. And then I guess you could get range and then charge back in. That's gonna cut into your DPS in a different way because you're stepping away from the boss to charge in. But yeah, apparently it is an option. Oh, muted. Yeah, damn. That was a good explanation of my thought process too. It's a pretty. I feel like I had a pretty good explanation of my thought process behind intercept. Anyway, the point was that intercept costs rage and charge creates rage. So even while you can intercept in Berserker stance, it's not a replacement for charge. Because this is costing you 10 rage and charge is giving you 25 rage. So it's not really an option. It's not a charge replacement. It's like, it's in addition to, like, you're still gonna charge and stance, and then this lets you zip around the battlefield a little bit, like while a fight's going on, but at the cost of rage. And that's essentially what I said during the mute, I think. Yeah, it's one of those mornings. Today's a really off morning for me. Yeah, I thought I was going to be doing Mythic Plus today, but like I logged in this morning to see if it was going to be easier to get into groups or to start groups, and like it's not. And I decided I just didn't want to deal with it. If someday I get my gear score magically up to like 490 or something, then maybe I'll be interested. But I think I'm just going to wait till War Within Season 1. And go from there. Should I even try to fight this guy? Nah, every other elite I fought has like thoroughly thrashed me, so I probably shouldn't bother with him. Let's see. Azure Dragon Shrine observed. I have to observe it. Okay, I just had to get close. Alright, that's nice. Let's go out here and do the Frost Gem thing. Last night, I had a shitty time last night, yeah. No, people want you to have a higher gear score. I would have enjoyed the dungeons if I could do more of them. The problem is right now I can't do them because nobody wants somebody with a 460 gear score. They don't even really... It was hard to get into Mythic 0 groups with my 460 gear score. So I went from my 460 gear score being able to get me into like 15, 16, 17 keys to having my 460 gear score like overnight. It just not even really get me into Mythic Zeros. And it felt really fucking bad. And I understand why they did the squish. I understand that the gear from Heroics is really good now. That the gear from LFR is really good now, but I don't care about Heroics. And I don't care about LFR. because my goal was to push my rating forward. And you don't push your mythic rating forward when you're doing heroics. You don't push your rating forward when you're doing mythic zeros. The other huge problem is that instead of having a daily lockout, mythic zeros have a week-long lockout. So you can only run each dungeon on mythic zero once. Then you gotta keep track of which ones you've run on zero and which ones you haven't. And it just felt really bad. It felt really bad from being able to engage in mythics and like progress my rating. And then overnight, no, sorry kid, go back to fucking heroics. I'm not gonna go back to heroics. I'll do the heroics in the War Within, because then I'll be learning those dungeons with everybody else, as opposed to like everybody else has been doing the Dragonflight stuff. I didn't participate in 5-mans until very recently. So yeah, I'll be fine with gearing up from regular to heroic to zero to keys. I'll be fine with doing that at the start of an expansion. I'm not going to do it just because we changed seasons and they wanted to do an enormous item level increase and an enormous squish. Like it didn't feel good to me, and I don't really want to deal with it. Doing a heroic locks you out of mythic? No, heroics have their own... Heroics have a daily lockout. Ooh, damn, what was that? Mythic Zeros have a weekly lockout, and Mythic Pluses have no lockout. You can run Mythic Plus dungeons over and over again. Heroics have a daily lockout, Zeros have a weekly lockout. Zeros need to have a daily lockout. They need to have the same kind of daily lockout that Heroics have. And that way you could at least farm them. Like, daily, you know? I know I can get the gear easy. The thing is, like, people keep telling me that. They're like, just get the gear! Like, I don't want to. I wanted all my efforts to go towards raising my rating. I wanted to start with the lowest of keys, which I thought would be reasonable. And the thing is, we cleared 2... This is what pisses me off. We cleared some 2 keys. So, I can do it. My numbers were good. I was pretty good. With my numbers, they were pretty good. So what really agitates me and turns me off and makes me not want to do it is I don't need the fucking gear to do a +2 key. The gear I have is fine. My ability to do the dungeons is fine. It's everybody else in the community not wanting to invite people at that item level that would force me to go back and get the gear that's easy to get. I don't need it. I shouldn't have to go back and get it. I should be able to do the +2 keys that my character is totally competent at doing, and I should be able to start increasing my rating at the start of this season, as opposed to having to wait 1 or 2 weeks to get up to a 490 gear score to start working on my rating then. Now, if I had gotten into Mythic 2s and gotten my ass handed to me, if I had been flattened by every mob, flattened by every boss, if I was at the bottom of the DPS meter every Mythic 2 we did, then I'd say, oh yeah, okay, fair, my gear sucks, it's not good enough, I should go just gear up because it's really easy to get the gear. But that's not what happened. The Mythic 2s we did well. That's why I'm done. That's why I don't care about going into heroics and getting my 480. It's why I don't care about doing LFR. I'm not contesting how hard it is to get the gear. I'm contesting the fact that I shouldn't fucking have to do it. And I'm not going to. That's it. Yeah, even the Azure Vault run, we were doing well, right? If the tank hadn't been a pussy and hadn't quit, pardon my language, if he hadn't just wussed out, like, first wipe on a boss, we would have cleared that one. Absolutely. Yep. It's like, so I'm not going to be forced back into heroics because of weak, soft players who don't want to, like, let people in, who don't want to have any wipes. I'm not going to be forced into content that I don't want to do because people just, you know, they don't want to have any kind of hardship in their run. They want just to fly right through it. They don't want to wipe a single time, and they think the way to assure this, they think a high gear score assures that someone's going to be able to dodge arcane orbs, which is not the case. People in my group who had 20, 30, 40 item level scores, I mean, they were getting wiped out to mechanics that I was able to figure out. That's the super annoying thing. And obviously when something makes me feel this negative, I would rather just not engage with it at all. You know what I mean? The fact that I feel all this shit about it just tells me, like, I shouldn't engage with it at all. So I'm just not going to. And then you know, in War Within, yeah, of course I'll do heroics and I'll do zeros and all that stuff. And then, you know, I'll have, if I had like 3 more weeks of season 3, none of this would probably be an issue, right? My gear score would be like 480 or 490, and like no one would question whether or not I knew how to dodge orbs in a dungeon. They would just invite me based on my gear score. So, you know, when I get the fresh start in the next expansion, and we'll have the full season to get all the gear, and then I'll probably be able to take the gear from season 1 and go into mythics in season 2. But yeah, I'm not gonna bother with it, I don't think. And if I do bother with it, I'll do it in my own time. I'm not gonna stream it. It's obviously something that I have too many strong emotions and feelings about it to really want to stream it right now. Yeah, and the overall, the thing is to keep in mind, like when I'm doing mythics, like I'm not chasing the gear. I'm increasing my rating. It's the part that I enjoy about the mythic system is I enjoy having the rating and being able to push my rating forward. I really couldn't care less about the gear. The gear is just a tool to let me keep doing mythics, to let me keep pushing my rating forward. Like, if all I cared about was gearing my character out in more powerful gear, then it would totally make sense. If that were my objective, it would make sense for me to go do LFR. It would make sense for me to do heroics. If my ultimate goal was just to get my character the best gear that I could, but that's not what I'm interested in. I'm literally, for whatever reason, I'm just interested in pushing my rating higher. That was part of the system that really appealed to me that I didn't expect. Yeah, well, what you should be able to do is you should be able to queue for Mythic 0 at least. I don't know if the keys should be queuable. I feel like having the keys the way they are is fine, but like Mythic 0s, you need to be able to queue for them. And they need to be on a 24-hour lockout or something. It can't be a week-long lockout for a 5-man dungeon. Not when you're trying to use those to get into doing keys. Like, you could clear every Mythic 0 in a week and only get like 2 pieces of gear. Like, that's not going to help you get into keys. Now, if that's the content you wanted to do, you have to wait till next week to roll the dice again. Or you have to go get forced into content you don't want to do. Like, you have to go do LFR even if you don't want to do LFR. You have to go do heroics even if you don't want to go do heroics. Like, once you're out of your zeros for the week, you just have to wait. I probably could fill this frost gem and stop just killing these guys. That would be an okay thing to do. It's been fun just to kill them, but I should probably complete the quest. Yeah, I was shocked to find out about the week-long thing. Just kind of what put me over the edge. I was like, wait, so not only do I have to go back to doing Mythic Zeros, I can only do them once a week? So if I don't get a bunch of awesome drops this week, like, I'm still not going to be able to do keys? Like, I was just... It was it. That was it for me. And I listen to this, though, and I feel like if they hadn't done the key compression... This is the really annoying part. If they hadn't compressed the keys the way they did, I would probably be able to jump in and do +1, +2, +3. You know what I mean? If they hadn't had to compress them, thus upping the difficulty, then I would have come into this season with my 460 gear score, I would have started doing like +2s, and the people who are now doing +2s would have just been doing +12s. They would have ramped their keys up as high as possible, and they'd be doing higher content. And me with my 460 gear score, I would just be doing +2s, +3s for a while, which would make me happy. I would be happy doing +2s and 3s for a while. I'd be pushing my rating forward. I'd be getting some experience. Every once in a while, I'd get a little bit of gear. But because of the way they compressed all the difficulty, now someone like me has to go back to doing heroics. It just feels shitty. That's it. That's all. There's no way around how it feels. It doesn't affect anybody who went into season 4 with like a 480 gear score or higher. Like, you're not gonna have this experience. It's only like people right in my little item level range. It just creates a shitty experience.
What will you require?
That's how it was before. Yeah. Yeah. No, I think that they really fucked a lot of people over by what they did. I don't think they realized it because they're not thinking about the people who are in the item level range that I'm in. You know, they're not thinking about people who are in, like, you know, you just started doing the mythics. Maybe you're doing 10, 12, 15 keys. Like, they don't care, and they'll just tell you the same thing, like, oh, we'll go back and do heroics. The gear's really good. It's like, I don't care about the gear. I want to be pushing my rating forward. That's the part of the season. Heroics are not part of Season 4. Mythic Zeros are not part of Season 4. The only content that's part of Season 4 is the content that moves my rating from 0 upwards. That's the only content that's actually part of Season 4 in my mind. Like, I don't care how good the gear is from the heroic dungeons. Do I want to come do a +2? Nah. Nah, I don't think so. I think if I do any more stuff with Season 4, it'll probably be on my own. Until and unless I were to get to a point where it was as easy to get into groups as it was the other day. Like, if I ever get the character to a point where it's as easy to get into groups as it was, you know, when last week when we were just posting our own keys, and like someone would join our key. Like, if that ever happens to me again, then I'd be cool with streaming some more Mythic Plus for Season 4. But until and unless that happens, like, most of last night was me trying to get into groups. Most of last night was me just trying to get into groups. And me bitching about the things I've been bitching about today. Like, that was most of the content. So no, unless I can go back to hosting my own key and having people be interested in doing that, I'm probably not going to be doing a lot of M+. It was it was a good time. I'm really happy to have had the experience while I did. It showed me that there is gameplay there that I do enjoy. Except, you know, with the jump from 3 to 4, like, I don't think that Season 4 is going to be for me, ultimately. But yeah, no, I literally had the stream set up for this morning to do Mythic Plus, and I just, like, the longer I thought about it, I just didn't want to. I got on before the stream, and what I did was I got on, I gave myself like 10 or 12 minutes, and I signed up for a bunch of runs, okay? And I had the stream ready to go live, and I told myself, if I get into a run, if I get invited to a run, then we will stream Mythic Plus today. If I sit here for 15 minutes and I don't get invited to anything, then I'm not going to do Mythic Plus. Like, that was it. It was just a matter of, like, am I going to get invited to a group? The answer is still no. Then there's really not any content for me to do. And then the other problem is, like, you know, like, one of the keys that we did get into, we had a single wipe on a challenging boss fight, and the tank left. So that's the other problem, is like people are just, they're just lazy, either lazy or they're soft. Like a single wipe and you leave? And it was a pretty challenging boss fight. We were like one of the last people to die. A couple of the DPS died like immediately, because like maybe they just didn't remember the fight or whatever. But as soon as the wipe was over, like the tank left immediately. So that's the other problem, is like, yeah, I could wait around for 20 minutes. Maybe I get invited to a group. But what is the quality of that group going to be after I wait for 20 minutes? Are we going to wipe one time and have a healer or a tank leave? Well, probably. That's what I learned, was the answer is probably yes. You'll probably wait 20 minutes to finally be invited to a 2 key, and then your tank is going to leave at the first wipe. Like, that's what I learned. And that's no good. We didn't have a lot of leaving in Season 3. And it was kind of shocking to see somebody give up so quickly at the start of a season. It didn't really bode well for, like, future pugs. Here's Alex. Find a guild? We talked about guilds earlier. You're not in a good guild? Why not join a mythic guild? I hear you, man. Listen, I wish it was that easy. I wish that you could just, like, put yourself out there and get into a good Mythic Plus guild full of people that were, like, you know, semi-decent human beings who wanted to do Mythic Plus with me. Like, that'd be cool. Maybe someday I'll find those people. I don't know if, like, joining a random guild is gonna work. And also, like, I'm not going to apply for a guild. I know that's what they want. I know, I've listened to Preach talk about it a lot, that, you know, if you want to get into a guild, you should just apply for a guild. There's an application process. You link them some of your logs. Like, listen, I don't have logs. I'm not going to log. And a lot of times when you apply for a guild, like, they want to look at your logs. I guess I could send them, I guess, like, on my application, I could put some links to, like, some of the Mythic videos we did in Season 3. Like, they could just watch me play, like, and determine if I'm the kind of clown that they want in their guild. Like, because I don't have logs for them to look at, you know? So yeah, I can't just, I can't just join a guild. Yeah, not enough people for a static group, though. The problem with me, like, you know, a lot of times, like, during the times I play, a lot of you guys have these things called actual jobs. And you go to them and you work throughout the day during the times that I play the game. So it's not always possible to, like, to look to chat to carry me through content. Please, chat, carry this poor soul through content. Well, a lot of you guys have stuff to do. And also, like, I'm very particular about, like, jumping around to different content during my stream. You know, like, right now I'm playing Wrath of the Lich King. Even if I wanted to, even if I had, like, 5 people who really wanted to go do mythics with me, like, I'd have to end this stream, I'd have to set up another stream, I'd have to title and thumbnail that stream and add it to the appropriate playlist. Like, unfortunately, it's like, it's not always easy for me just to, like, pivot into different stuff at, like, the drop of a hat like that. I kind of have to decide at the beginning of the day, like, what am I going to do today? And then that's the thing that I get to do that day. There could be some casual guilds out there. I mean, I'm in a random guild. But at the same time, like, I don't really want to start socializing with a guild, as bad as that sounds. Like, especially for what I do, it would be really hard for me to play the game, to stream the game, or even to record, even if I weren't streaming. It would be hard to play the game, be making content for the game, and also like communicating in guild chat, talking to guildies, like it just, especially while streaming it, it introduces like a whole nother aspect to it, because then now I have to be active in guild chat. Now I have to be paying attention to guild chat. Now I'm talking to people. Like, I don't know. It's like, it's it's doing a lot of different stuff. And then pairing all of that communication with actually challenging content, like, seems like it could get overwhelming. But really, I mean, I'm just full of excuses. Realistically, I'm just kind of not really a social person, and like part of me doesn't really want the social burden of being in like a really active guild, because active guilds tend to want their guild members to be active in the guild. Like, it's been about, like, I had a guild once. It was an awesome guild. I didn't know everybody in real life, but like I got to know the people in it. It was a smaller guild. It was really the only guild that I was in. And yeah, like that was a nice guild. Everyone was like relatively normal. There weren't like a ton of random people. We were all very active, like on Vent. Yes, it was Vent back then. And then later on Discord, like we all knew a bit about each other. Like over the years, we learned things. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not looking to like try to replicate that or anything. And then, you know, I gotta tell like, the guild what I do. And then, like, what if they don't want some lame ass YouTuber in their guild? You know? Guilds are overrated. I think like random guilds are overrated. Yeah, you know, I got lucky with my guild. My real life friend introduced me to them. It was the guild that he was in. He had been raiding with them for like a year. I met them at the beginning of Wrath of the Lich King, and they were good people. They were relatively normal people. A lot of them, like, I was in my 20s at the time, my early 20s, and a lot of them were either my age or older. So they were like kind of like the older guard of people. And it was good. They were all mature. We were in Vent every day, just hanging out. Even if we weren't like being super active in the game that day, we would all just hang out in Vent, even if we were doing our own things. And I don't think that, like, I have very fond memories of that guild. And I don't think I'm ever going to find that again. And I don't really want to try to find that again. But that's what it would take for me to enjoy a guild. It would have to be a group of like-minded people that were all just chill, that were all relatively normal. There's no drama, and yeah, like, and then it takes time to get to know people, you know. But to get to know people, you have to be active in Vent and active in Discord, and especially with what I do, like, I can't really be active in a guild's Discord. Like, I can't really be like always on voice comms, hanging out with people throughout the day like I used to do. Like, I can't really do those things. It's like basically impossible for me to stream or record and also be active in someone's Discord. And that's a big gap. Like, you're never gonna get like super familiar with people in the guild or really know who anybody is if you're not active in the Discord. Alright, I've killed lots of people here. I could probably stop killing them. I need to collect more items. Is the Discord still active? Is my Discord still active? I wouldn't know. I'm the worst Discord person alive. So like I'm not, that's the other thing is like I am not active. I'm not active in the text in Discord. Like to me, Discord was just Discord was always just a tool that replaced Ventrilo. Like that was how that was the only reason in my life that I ever even started using Discord was because my guild started using Discord for voice comms. Like I was never like a Discord person in the sense that to me Discord oftentimes it feels like a mini Facebook kind of, and I don't do social media stuff. I don't really enjoy, it's not that I don't enjoy typing. No, I don't really enjoy communicating in that way. Especially when I spend like a lot of my day communicating thoughts and ideas, I don't often want to like retreat to a text forum and then like type more about like things. Like I've never been good at it. I've never been active on it. I don't Facebook. I don't do any kind of social media. I don't tweet or X or whatever it is. I simply, I mean, if I'm in Discord, I'm either using it for voice comms or I'm probably not looking at it very much, to be honest. And I've always been open about that fact. I've talked about it many times. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see, I got, we need armor and weapons. The items are, it's two different items. So we have all the weapons, now we need armor. I think like maybe there'd be some armor in here. Is there a link to the Discord? The only links to the Discord exist in the guild information of all of my dead guilds. Because I learned pretty early on that I can't put my Discord out there for anybody to get into. So the only reasonable way I found to like gate Discord access was to have the Discord be in guild information, which is fine when I have an active guild that people are joining, like in hardcore or at the beginning of SOD. But without having like an active guild that people are able to join, like, yeah, it makes getting the Discord information out there like more difficult. Because again, well, my security in my Discord is better now thanks to all the people who've worked on my Discord for me. But yeah, I hesitate to put my Discord links out there anywhere because, you know, trolls. Last time I had my Discord link out there, like my Discord got annihilated and I had to like delete everything basically. And I think it's better now, but I think when I get it, yeah, I just like I don't go on there, so I don't even think about it. I'm hardly on there. You're gonna gear up your healer. Don't bother. Don't heal. From what I've seen, healers have a horrible time. Why would you ever want to heal? Unless it was like maybe like as a form of like self-punishment for all the things you've done wrong in your life. Maybe that would be like a good reason to heal. Otherwise, I can't imagine why anyone would do it. It actually really shocks me when I think back, like most of my raiding career, I healed. And like when I look back on it now, I'm like, oh my god, like how did I do that? What was I thinking? I think I was thinking like, I suck so much, I'm a horrible person, no one would invite me to a group unless I healed. I think that's what I was thinking. I was just thinking that I was probably just like a bad player, and that I would probably never be good at like anything. So I thought like, well, you're not gonna be good at the game, obviously. So like if you heal though, like maybe people will invite you to groups. I think that's what I was thinking. And that's why I just got like stuck healing for most of my raiding career.
Speak quickly. Trust no one.
I do probably just need like a healer or a tank to queue up with. You know, I need a healer or a tank to queue up with, and then maybe if I had that, maybe my mythic season would have gotten off the ground. If I just had something to sweeten the pot so that people would look at my shitty gear score, but then they'd be like, oh well, there's this healer in the group or this tank and they seem pretty good. Maybe then people would sign up for my key. That's what I really need. Tex, thanks man, I appreciate that. Thanks for stopping by. tell them I'm a streamer. Just put it, you mean like put it in my description? Like for when I post my key, like put a link to the stream in the description that I post my key. Now you're thinking. That's so cringe. That's so cringe that it might work. I think maybe I'd probably get people interested in trolling me though, you know? It would be 50-50, like maybe, I think that would be cringe for a lot of people and they'd avoid it. I would avoid it. If I saw that shit, I'd be like, oh, you're a streamer? Okay, I'm gonna avoid that group. So I think for some people that would be cringe and they would not click. I think for some people they'd be like, oh, that sounds cool, and like maybe they would check out the stream and maybe they'd click or not. And then I think a third group of people would be like, oh, you're streaming? Oh yeah, I want into your group because they're gonna troll me. So I don't know if that would work. It's almost worth, I'm so desperate that it's almost worth a try. Yeah, join my key, be live on YouTube. Link to the stream below. I feel like that's like, but I would feel bad for the people that worked on though, because it's kind of also like manipulative. It's cringe and manipulative, and therefore it would probably work. It would probably work. Maybe I could phrase it as like a warning, you know, not like promoting myself, but just be like, oh, be warned, you will be live on stream. And then I could have a link to the stream. And then like, you know, that's a little bit less cringe, like phrasing it as a warning and not phrasing it as a come be on YouTube with me because I'm so awesome type of thing. I could probably do it like that. Maybe I would do it that way. And then people who were interested in that would still see it and be interested in it, but people would maybe think it was less cringe. Because it's not like it's not just active promotion. It's just a polite warning. The warning might invite trolls. I think I'm gonna get trolls no matter what. Are people gonna waste their time in Mythic trolling? I mean, maybe they would. Maybe they would. Maybe they'd waste their time. What's the worst that happens? Entertainment at their expense. You know what I mean? Like, if they are trolls, then really they're just providing me with, like, free content. They're providing me and you with entertainment. With whatever they do, you know? Even if they try to infuriate me, like, that's probably not going to work the way they think, and it could just be fun. It could just be a fun time. Join keys and leave as soon as the key starts. Sure, sure. It can't be worse than, like, a tank literally just leaving after one wipe, though. Like, it's all the same to me. Okay. Maybe. We could try it. Guess I could park myself. Could park myself at the inn would be a good idea. Boom, 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 boom. 1 minute. Pardon me. Screen's gonna go black here for a second. Boop. Let's do that. Let's just check out. I want you guys to see the state of things. Like, let's just go in. Let's see the state of things and see, like, what's the reality here. And then maybe we'll try this and we'll see what happens. It's a scientific experiment. Yeah, it's just a scientific experiment. Some tanks leave if you don't lust at the start of a dungeon. You're supposed to lust at the start of a dungeon? Dang. Glad I don't have lust anymore. Alright, so... Here's my 2 key. So, like, if I want it... So, first we'll just do it normally for a minute, okay? Like, we'll just go in... Just like last week, you know, we were queuing up for keys last week. We were waiting a couple minutes, and we were getting people interested. So let's just see what that looks like, and you guys will see that, like, it doesn't, you don't get anything. What was I typing last week? Chill run, fun times. This is the kind of nonsense that I typed last week, and it was working fine. And then, like, today, like, nah. I would be roasted on stream if I screwed up. I don't care. I screw up all the time. Listen to this. No one's gonna roast me faster than me if I screw up. Like, listen, I know I'm a bad player. No one's gonna roast me faster than me if I screw up. And I'm not gonna roast anybody else for screwing up, so they're safe. Well, it depends on what they do exactly, I guess. But I'm not worried about people roasting me. That's just, like, that's probably not gonna happen. When you know you're bad, it's hard to really feel bad. When people point out that you're bad and you know that you're bad, like, you're like, okay, like, yeah, I'm an idiot. You'll join if no tank joins? Do you think I'm gonna get a tank in here? Like, are you crazy? Do you see? I'm not getting DPS. I did this for 15 minutes this morning. That's why I canceled the stream, and then I went into Wrath just, like, for something to do to hang out, because I wasn't getting any interest. I wasn't getting any interest. So yeah, if you're out there and you're a tank, please sign up for my group. Because once I get a tank, I'm sure other people will come along as well. The problem is, like, getting anybody to join to begin with. Boop. Okay, there we go. You'll heal. You're at 273. I don't think that's gonna work. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna help. I don't think so. Yeah, if any of you guys want into these runs, like, yeah, I mean, obviously, like, feel free. We got a DPS. Boom! It's gonna be first come first serve up in here. BT dubs. Is it bad? I don't even know how to get a link to my own stream. Oh my god, I'm the worst player and the worst YouTuber. Okay, I could go back to my landing page and get it from there. There we go. Let's copy that. Let's see. I got a tank here. Is this somebody? I'm taking it. If this, I don't know if this is one of you guys or not. What item level do you need for a +2? I'm 463 and I've been doing fine, but I'm DPS. So with that, I don't know. All right, I got another DPS here. So we got 3 DPS, and now we just are looking for heals. I'm going with this. It just happened. I didn't even put a link to the stream in the description. I didn't get there. I got it copied for next time. Sean, that's you? Awesome, awesome. Yeah, I appreciate it. Let's, so that was what, Ruby life pools? Okay. Let's get going. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, like, if you guys are out there and you play Season 4, like, I will always group with you guys. Like, you just gotta jump in and, like, join my key. Like, you'll see when I post the key, you can find me and join the key. I'd always love to play with you guys. Like, we don't need a lot of preamble about it. I'll just post the key and you just jump into the key. Super simple. Waking Shores, right? Yeah. Boop. Boop. Sorry, my wife brought me some biscuits and gravy. I'm not a big fan of gravy, but I am a big fan of biscuits. So, I'm gonna hold off on eating these. Actually, I'm gonna eat one of the biscuits really fast.
The defenders of the Ruby Life Shrine are stretched thin, repelling primalist attacks. Please, lend them your aid.
Talon, you probably just missed me. Yeah, we filled up really quick, but we'll do another one after this. Somebody told me that doing a countdown was like normal here, like to do a countdown prior to the key being put in. Like, I don't typically do that. I typically just do the ready check. Everyone's bouncing around. Like, to me that means they're ready. And then we get a countdown anyway, so like I don't feel like you have to do a countdown to put the key in. I feel like a ready check is sufficient.
Alex Straza charged us with protecting the life pools from the primalists. I pray they have not infiltrated too deeply. Ensure the eggs are safe and eliminate any threat on these sacred grounds.
She must continue her work. Allow them no further.
maybe somebody can answer this question. I could have swore that when I was reading the changes for Season 4, and this was before the season came out, when I was reading the changes, I thought they removed timers for all but the higher keys. But I noticed we're doing the +2s, and there's definitely a timer. Did I misread? Or, like, what information was I looking at that made me think they had removed timers for lower keys? Because I swear to God I read this. And I didn't think about it until this morning, that, like, we definitely have timers in a +2. So, like, I either made up the thing that I read, or the thing that I read was wrong? I could have swore they said they removed timers from something. I just don't understand what they could have removed them from. People kept saying it incorrectly. Yeah, I kept hearing that timers, like, I swear like, it was like a Bellular video before the season came out. And that's, like, yeah, typically where I get a lot of my news, unfortunately, is Bellular videos. But I could have swore he said timers were gone for lower keys. KJ, this is our first one, man. Yeah, I played some Wrath for a while. This is our first Mythic of the day, so it's yet unknown how we will do. We're doing good so far. It was affixes. Okay, yeah, we don't have any affixes, right? Oh no, we have tyrannical. Like, is tyrannical not an affix? So yeah, we have affixes and timers in the lowest key. So, I don't know. Like I said, maybe the information was just bad information that I read. I'm not sure. Did anybody else read that, or... It could just be I'm making it up. Ultimately, like, it's not super important, but it was one of the things that I was kind of looking forward to before I did a lot of Mythic. I was like, oh, that's cool, they're gonna remove the timers. That was part of, like, the reason why I started in Season 3, was because I read some of the changes, and some of the changes I thought were really good, like removing timers. I thought that's a great idea. And it doesn't seem like that actually happened. So yeah, it's not that they got rid of timers, it's just that you can do content for, like, really good gear and not have to worry about the timers. It's not that timers for Mythic Plus were removed, it's just that you can do Heroics and Mythic 0, and the quality of the gear you're getting is much better. Like, in the difficulty is higher now, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I just misunderstood. Yeah, because since 0 is now technically like a 10 key, so technically they removed timers from up to a 10 key, because technically M0 is +10 now, but that's not really true. +10 is still +10, and 0 is 0. You know, the difficulty might be the same, but, yeah. Ultimately, like, I don't really mind the timer too much. I feel like people would play super fast regardless. So I don't know, like, I don't know how much it would actually affect, like, gameplay. People got confused by the verbiage. Yeah, not surprising.
I could return these eggs to their natural state. You will not interfere. Ice consume you. Be frozen and shattered. Strength, little ones! My chill will freeze your bones! Ice consume you! shatter! Ice consume you! Be frozen and shatter! No, these belts are pure. They will show you the truth. My chill will freeze your bones. Ice consume you. Be frozen and shatter. Only death for those who follow order.
Okay, it's not easy.
I will save these eggs.
I'm gonna shove this other biscuit into my mouth really fast. No, I prefer to be muted and and not on camera when I'm eating. Just a personal thing.
Ice consume
I don't think anybody needs to see or hear me eat.
Be frozen and shatter. Ice consume you. I am sorry, but I need your strength, little ones. My chill will freeze your bones. Ice consume you. Be frozen and shatter. Ice consume you. Be frozen and shatter. No, these welts are pure. They will show you the truth. My chill will freeze your bones. Ice consume you. Be frozen and shatter. Ice consume you. Be frozen and shatter. Ice
Alright. There we go. One boss, dead.
Good work, champion. Now that you have secured the pools below, I require your aid above. The exposed life pools are in grave danger. A powerful primalist is attempting to burn all the nesting areas. You must clear them to get to her. I will keep watch from above while I confront the dragon who is leading this assault.
Quickly, take the eggs! Save as many as you can!
Well done. You have secured the first pool. Now see to the others. Keep clearing them out. Do not let the primalists desecrate this hallowed space. You are almost to the master of these minions. Hurry onwards, champion. The last pool is safe. She is exposed. Attack that primalist before she can summon reinforcements.
I will honor the sacrifice of my allies and burn through you myself! Be overwhelmed by the flame! You cannot escape the heat! And to the flame! You cannot escape the heat! Erupt with their power! Fire, consume my enemies! And to the flame! Fire, consume my enemies! Nothing but ashes! Erupt with their power! You cannot escape the heat! And to the flame! You cannot escape the heat! Erupt with their power! You cannot escape the heat! And to the flame! Nothing but ashes! You were warned not to play with
Fire burns. It burns bad. We got 9. I don't think we're making the... I don't think we're making the timer. Yeah. I don't think... I think we'll get the fight down. I just don't think... I don't think there's any way we make the timer. Especially not when I just run up and fucking aggro the boss like a complete idiot. I didn't know where he was gonna spawn. He wasn't standing there when I got in. This is the part where actually being familiar with the dungeon helps. Should I be switching to this ad, or is switching to the ad a mistake? I guess I need to know that. I was splitting my DPS to the ad last time. Do I need to be ignoring the ad or focusing the ad? My instinct always says, like, kill the ad. But, like, my instinct's been wrong plenty of times.
Erupt with their power! Fire, consume my enemies! Crispy! And to the flame! You cannot escape the heat! Crispy! Erupt with their power! Crispy! Fire, consume my enemies! We're warned not
So we
to
killed the
play
ad.
with
Okay.
fire.
I think, like, maybe this content's too hard for me. I don't know. Like, maybe it's just a skill level thing. Maybe the content is just simply too hard. It's definitely a possibility. I am 40 years old and I've always been bad at the game, so I mean it's probably just too hard.
I will honor the sacrifice of my allies and burn through you myself! Be overwhelmed by the flame. You cannot escape the hitch! End to the flame! Fire, consume my enemies! Be overwhelmed by the flame! You cannot escape the hitch! End to the flame! Crispy! You cannot escape the hitch! Crispy!
What's going on? What's going on in this fight? Like,
Fire!
why are we just getting melted? I don't know. I mean, there's shit on the ground, sure. Like, shit's pretty easy to avoid. The rolling ball thing, sometimes I don't know which way the rolling ball is gonna, like, come out. Like, which way it's gonna go when it comes out. That's that. We can't replace... Yeah, we can't replace in a mythic, so... We get someone that drops, that's end of run. So yeah, I don't know guys, maybe the content's simply too hard. Yeah, we were hitting the interrupts because I was hitting some too. And I every time I saw him cast, I saw like an interrupt go off. I don't know what it is. I could keep trying to do the fights, but like... I don't know, maybe I'm the reason we're failing. It could be that. I gotta go bio, and then we'll see if anybody, like, we'll try this again, and maybe this will be the last thing we do today.
Nelly deals for a friend of the Rummels. Like you. Farewell, friend of the Rummels.
It's crazy though how fast like these went from being fun in season 3 to just feeling awful in season 4. Yeah, I'm not familiar with any of the Dragonflight dungeons. Like, I'm not sure what was killing people there. I don't know. Second day, like, I don't know what that has to do with it. But yeah, I don't know. I guess over time, if I just like if I do nothing and I just let people get a bunch of gear, like eventually everyone will be really super geared, and then I'll just like maybe get dragged through shit. I don't know what's gonna make it different. Yeah, well, it's not just that. Like, I'm just not gonna stream Mythic Zeros. I'm not gonna make content for heroics and Mythic Zeros. I don't think. It's just like there's not really a point. there's not really a point for me to do that kind of content. Like, so if I did that stuff, it'd have to be like on my own. If I thought like I was the problem, like if I really thought that like I was the thing holding the group back completely, then yeah, I'd have to go get some gear. But I don't know if that's the case. Like, and no matter how much gear I get, like, getting hit by a fiery bowling ball is still gonna have the same result regardless of how much gear I get. Whether I have a 460 item level or a 475 item level, like getting hit by a fiery bowling ball is still gonna end exactly the same way. It's not gonna have any bearing on what happens in the fight. My gear score being higher is not gonna make like me or anyone else in the group a better player. So when people are simply dying to mechanics, and when I'm dying to mechanics, like that's not gonna be like a gear score fix. And the other problem is like I can't get into zeros anyway. Like that's the other problem. I have just as much. I'll have just as much luck being invited to a 0 as I will being invited to a +2. Like there's no difference in anybody's mind. Like and I know this because we tried queuing up for zeros yesterday. Like without a looking for dungeon tool, my chance of getting invited to a 0 is approximately the same as my chance of getting invited to a +2 that's already been posted. Which it's like I have about a 15% chance to get invited. So really, like the only thing is to go do heroics or go do LFR. I'm not interested in heroics or LFR. There we go. We've got humans. We've got humans. You think I'm undergeared for a +2? That's fine. You're allowed to have your opinion. You're just not allowed to have me care about it or have it matter very much to me. But, you know, you're allowed to have your opinion.
The defenders of the Ruby Light Shrine are stretched thin, repelling primalist attacks. Please, lend them your aid. Alexstrasza charged us with protecting the life pools from the primalists. I pray they have not infiltrated too deeply. Ensure the eggs are safe and eliminate any threat on these sacred grounds.
Nice, 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 nice. I really wish I could turn off everybody else's spell effects except for mine and the enemies. I really just need a world where the only shit that I see on the screen is either shit that I'm doing or shit that the enemy is doing. That would be ideal.
If only you could have understood the righteousness of our cause. I will not allow you to disturb Meladrusa's work.
My allies sacrificed themselves so that I could return these eggs to their natural state. I will not fail!
Meladrusa, I have...
You will not interfere! Ice consume you! Be frozen and shatter! Ice consume you! I am sorry, but I need your strength, little ones! My chill will freeze your bones! Ice consume you! Be frozen and shatter! Ice consume you! These welts are pure. They will show you the truth. My chill will freeze your bones. Ice consume you! Be frozen and shatter! Ice consume you! God, Dragonflight, miserable.
Good work, champion. Now that you have secured the pools below, I require your aid above. The exposed life pools are in grave danger. A powerful primalist is attempting to burn all the nesting areas. You must clear them to get to her. I will keep watch from above while I confront the dragon who is leading this assault.
Quickly, take the eggs! Save as many as you can!
Well done. You have secured the first pool. Now see to the others. Keep clearing them out. Do not let the primalists desecrate this hallowed space. You are almost to the master of these minions. Hurry onwards, champion. The last pool is safe. She is exposed. Attack that primalist before she can summon reinforcements.
Of my allies and burn through you myself! Erupt with their power! You cannot escape the heat! Bend to the flame! You cannot escape the heat! Erupt with their power! You cannot escape the heat! Bend to the flame! Consume my enemies! Be overwhelmed by the flame! Fire! Consume my enemies! Bend to the flame! You cannot escape the heat! Erupt with their power! You cannot escape the heat! Bend to the flame! Fire! Consume my enemies! Erupt with their power! You cannot escape the snuffed out!
Well, there we go.
Vile monster! I protected these life pools! No!
So what's gonna kill me on the last boss that I'm not gonna expect? Standing in fire. Okay, okay. I mean, that's something that I would expect to kill me. What is it that I'm gonna fail to interrupt or, like, fail to see coming? Yeah, fire, like, okay, like, yeah, don't stand in fire. Yeah, I mean, I can't promise anything, but that part I understand. Any, like, surprising mechanics? Any ads to switch to? Any ads to ignore? Anything to stack? What is this lightning shit that's like annihilating us right now? I would really love to know what that is. That'd be fucking awesome to understand. Like, I saw a shock blast ability. Like, am I supposed to like interrupt that? That seemed like maybe like interruptible. I don't know. It just seems really bad to let that keep going. Yeah.
Your Force Queen cannot stop us. We are the truth.
Are we gonna be able to res our buddy here? Yeah, it looks like it. Monica, good afternoon, good evening to you. Welcome to the stream.
Cut. Deal with it. Fun.
My pleasure. That's enough. Take her.
Send.
That's enough. Get blown away. That's enough.
Let us destroy these insects.
Take her. That's enough.
Send.
Get blown away.
I didn't even see that I necessarily got hit by anything in particular. It just felt like I was taking low-key damage and eventually went down. I guess we don't have any battle reses, maybe? I don't know.
Take her.
Maybe we're saving the battle res for somebody more important than me. Maybe they don't. They just don't need me, and that's fine. I'm fine with it.
Get blown away. That's enough.
I'm the only one with the B-res. Yeah, that sucks. Sucks for the group. I didn't see that anything in particular killed me. I got circled by the thing, I ran the thing away from the group, and then I just kind of died. But whatever, I'm not going to sweat it too much.
Thank you, champion. The life pools are safe for the moment, but the primalists are still a threat. We must be vigilant, lest we be caught off guard again.
Yay, gold. I love getting just gold at the end of a run. That's so terrible. Okay. Cool. So that's 2 down. We got 2 down and many to go. And then what did my key become? It became a 4 no coup offensive. We're just gonna bust that right back down to a 2, obviously. It's kind of a shame we can't bust it all the way down to a 1. But we're definitely gonna lower it. The other thing, like, am I getting any upgrade items? I mean, I'm getting Sparks of Dreams, which I don't really care about. I'm getting Flight Stones. Am I getting, like, any other kind of, like, currency to upgrade stuff? Or, like, not so much?
Treasure lately?
A 3. Should I leave it as a 3? People were saying that 2s were not worth doing. I wonder if I'd have more luck, like, doing it at a 3. Or rather, like, more luck finding a group posting it at a 3. I guess it can't hurt to see. Are there item upgrade people somewhere in the city, or do I have to go to the Emerald Dream to find the people that upgrade the items? Next to the auction house. Okay, I'll go have a look. Also, like, same thing here. Like, maybe I should just bump this down. We're not really getting any interest in our +3. It's probably because of my item level. My brain doesn't process visual information in the city. There's too many colors and shapes and objects. That's why I like, ideally I wouldn't spend a lot of time in the city, but yeah, I can't find anything here. Maybe these guys? Yeah, these guys right here maybe? No, this is, yeah, item upgrades. There he is. Okay. That's a weird spot for them. I guess, like, yeah, they got the little banner here. That's fine, I guess.
How fare you?
Oh, we got flashy flashes. Boom, boom. Yeah, let's see. I doubt I have really anything I need to do this, but we could try to upgrade a little bit. I could pop it up one time. It's not bad. I don't have a lot of whatever these are, Drake's Awakened Crests. So I mean I hope I'm getting these. I don't know like where I'm getting these from. I'm assuming I'm getting them sometimes from running the mythics.
Stay vigilant.
We immediately lost a DPS. No, I've done this one a couple times on like normal and heroic, but I don't think I remember any of the boss fights. All I remember is that there's a lot of flying around.
Good. You're here. I welcome Onora's rage. When the winds are still, I will suspect the worst. Tirai, Shikar, and Onir clans must rally to free her and defeat Balakar Khan.
I can spare no hunters for the Kanamatra now.
Good. The odds that somebody leaves right away, pretty high. Pretty high. Will it be the tank or the healer? It's really the only question we have to ask. I feel like, you know, like, I don't know. I know there's like this, the timer's going. I feel like letting everybody land and just like making sure that, you know, everybody is present probably has some value here. Seeing as how people fly at like different speeds, it feels like there's just a little bit of value in doing what we're doing now, which is like, okay, we've landed, the tank has gone right in. Like, that's really not, I don't think that has value. I think grouping up has value.
Keep retaking the weapons. 2 more remain.
Let's fly!
See to the final weapon! has turned! The weapons are ours!
Worthless! I will dispose of the outsiders myself! Your star darkened!
Destroy and dismantle!
Die! This land is mine! Tremble before primal power! Die!
Ready to fire!
Can you stand against my might?
Let's fly! Destroy and dismantle!
Die! This land is mine! Tremble before primal power!
Ready to fire!
I can't tell what fucking area on the ground he's marking to do his attack. Like, I'm assuming he's like laying something down and that is supposed to tell you like what part of the ground to avoid. I don't see any visual indication of that. How do I know where that's gonna go? Because I'm not seeing a visual indicator of where the fuck that ability's gonna go. So I'm not really sure how I would go about avoiding it. Since it doesn't seem to lay down a template, it doesn't seem to mark the ground in any way that I can see. So and apparently everyone else had the same exact problem I did. I don't see how to know, like, okay, am I supposed to remember where all that shit goes? Like, I don't get it. I didn't see a single circle. There was just shit that was being plopped down, and then a minute later, shit would explode out of the ground. So the two didn't seem even connected to one another. Let's see it again.
Worthless! I will dispose of the outsiders myself!
Granite has landed! Strike now!
Your star darkens!
Destroy and dismantle!
Die! This land is mine! Tremble before primal power! Die!
Ready to fire!
Can you stand against my might?
Let's fly!
It's random. Like, I saw where it laid down originally, I moved to a different area, and I still took damage. Like, yeah, this fight's not gonna happen. There would need to be a way to avoid the attack. Like, you'd have to have a way to avoid it. Like, if there's no way to avoid it, if it's just like, if it's random luck, then that's not gonna work, obviously.
Die! This land is mine! Can you stand against my might?
Let's fly! Destroy and dismantle!
And I wish it were just me being stupid. I wish it was just me, like, I wish I was the one that didn't see what I was missing, but apparently, like, nobody is seeing it. Nobody is seeing it, and that's why everybody keeps dying to it. So, I don't know. Whatever they're doing to telegraph that attack, it's not enough. They're not doing enough to telegraph the attack.
sacrifice.
Yeah.
Dispose of
They
the
went crazy with the
outsiders
scaling. That's fine.
myself.
They'll probably nerf it eventually. They'll probably, I'm sure maybe everything will, maybe if we just wait, it's World of Warcraft, so if you wait a couple weeks, everything will just get nerfed. So yeah. Guys, I'm gonna stop right here for today. I don't know if I'll continue doing these in Season 4. I think maybe I'll just like let it rest for a bit. And if I find some spare time, maybe I'll do some LFR. Get a little bit of gear. And maybe I'll wait for them to nerf some of the things that are happening. And if they nerf it, you know, we'll come back and try some more. But as it is, like they're kind of challenging, obviously, to a point where like it's not been a lot of fun. when it's bosses like that boss was pretty hard, but it was never going to be hard in a fun way, because it seemed like that was unavoidable damage. It seemed like it was unavoidable damage to some extent that like needed to be healed through or like sustained through. So I don't know. Either way, thank you guys for being here. Sorry it's been kind of a bummer. I appreciate you guys hanging out. I truly do. Thank you so much. As always, take care of yourselves out there and take care of each other. And we will see you back again.